Hey everybody, guess what?
Guys.
It's Questlog.
It's Questlog.
Today we're playing Mario Odyssey. We're just, I don't know, Chelsea's
We're just gonna chill and find some moons while we talk.
looking for moons while we talk about today's subject. Chelsea, can you introduce today's subject for
Today
the
we
audience?
are going to talk about our problematic faves.
Our problematic faves. We're getting political on this one, or I guess maybe not political. Social commentary. I don't know. Before we start out on this hot button issue, air quote hot button, for what it's worth, these are all gonna be, wow, that was fast.
I did it.
These are all gonna be like different pieces of media that are, problematic.
That we like, but have something that is...
That's questionable to say the least. Just remember, I mean, like, you're allowed to like stuff that's
Nothing's perfect.
problematic. Yeah, nothing's perfect, exactly.
But
What you decide to consume based on, like, its content is the choice that you gotta make, and it's always as long as
there are definitely things that are way more problematic than others.
right. And as long as you like scrutinize, as long as you think about like what you're watching or playing or whatever, then I mean, I don't know what else you can really ask for, honestly. For example, Mario is offensive to short people.
Look at him.
Yeah. No, so I guess I don't know, I feel like I've done a really bad job introducing this. Like, it's easier to define with an example, and like the best and most readily available example I can think of is like Frasier is a really good example of a sitcom that I like, but if you watch it, it like is definitely dated. I mean, they're constantly slut-shaming Roz, just all the time. There's like, it's just rampant with like gay jokes.
Yeah, it's definitely a product of its time and a lot of its humor.
And Kelsey Grammer is an in real life Nazi.
Yeah.
And I don't say that in sort of like the, flippant like, oh, X person is a Nazi. Like, Kelsey Grammer is very racist. Yet Frasier is still really funny to me, at least. So that's sort of what we're talking about. Chelsea, do you want to start things off, or shall I?
Whatever.
Okay, cool. So, perfect, and not an answer. Nobody's here yet, so I can't petition the audience to decide who starts off talking about this. So, I guess I'll start with
Do it.
sort of the thing I was thinking about that made me think to do this episode. I'm going to start with one of my favorite games, Catherine. Catherine is, if you don't know, a puzzle / a social sim developed by the Persona team. And, it's divided into two sort of distinct gameplay segments. Hello, who's there?
Hello.
Hey, Ender, Fox.
Welcome.
Catherine is just in two major parts. You push block puzzles, and the block puzzles in and of themselves don't really have any like questionable content. It's block puzzles. The blocks aren't in and of themselves like good day. Aren't in and of themselves like, racist. But the social sim part has a lot of problems with it. So the first and like most obvious part about Catherine and what's wrong with it, great job, is that it's just hella sexist, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's just hell of sexist.
Like, it's the kind of the whole what's the word I'm looking for?
Premise.
Yeah. The whole premise is based on like this dude has to choose between two horrible women.
Yeah, it's the problem. One of the main problems is that both the choices are just so bad.
Yeah.
Like your choices are like this like controlling, manipulative, cold woman who's been your long-term girlfriend, or a literal devil. Literally the devil?
Thanks, Cinderfox.
And I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's not great. It's not a great starting point.
Yeah, and it's not just that it's like, oh, you just happen to have two bad love interests. The game sort of implies like you can't win with women. Like the whole thing is like he goes into the dream realm or whatever, and oh, we already got this move.
Nice job.
And like all the guys are in situations with women that are bad, and
Can do Ender Fox. Or shit, I already fucked it up. Can do Ender.
and then there's the bit where you're talking to the mysterious voice or whatever in the booth, and it asks you a weird question.
Teddy.
Is it Teddy?
I mean, it's Teddy's voice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And like I remember thinking a lot of those questions were like very like sexist.
Yeah. Like, the game sort of like undoes itself immediately from as soon as the premise starts out, because, one would assume, unless your character's kind of a piece of shit, which to be fair, Vincent kind of is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Regardless, you're supposed to like insert yourself into Vincent to some extent. So the problem is that you need an impetus to cheat on Catherine. And one would assume if like your relationship with K. Catherine was, going pretty good, you just wouldn't cheat.
Yeah.
So you have to start off like at a loss. You have to already start off not liking K. Catherine.
Yeah.
And so like the game's premise is already fucked. Because if you like K. Catherine, then you're just gonna at least come up to C. Catherine and be like, bye.
Yeah, we have this sort of bi-weekly segment where we just play a game that's pretty chill and talk about stuff. And this week we're doing Mario Odyssey and just getting moons.
And then like, I don't know, I mean like C. Catherine's personality isn't like portrayed as bad. Like she's portrayed as like really clingy and needy, which is also not great. But like she's also like, again, can't stress this enough, like a demon from hell.
Yeah.
Which I know like doesn't carry the same sort of cultural baggage in Japan as it does in America. But nevertheless. So there's that. So it's sexist. Also, incidentally, it manages to sneak in a little bit of, ooh, nice. A little bit of transphobia. Because you have this character, you have this third character who's like friends with all the guys. She's the waitress at the bar. Her name's Erica. And like for a very long time, you would not be able to tell like that she's anything other than like a cis woman.
Yeah.
Eventually, it sort of gets hinted at that Eric is trans and used to be this dude named Erica is trans and she used to be this dude named Eric. And like the older guys know, but their like young naive friend Toby, little Toby, voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, doesn't know. And he like hooks up with Erica, and all his friends are like, ooh, blah, blah, was it, blah. Like it's like mega nasty, which is. And also like Erica doesn't tell Toby about her like gender identity thing, which is like kind of a very bad stereotype about trans people.
Yeah.
So there's that whole trapping. And so to like add to this layer cake of monstrous garbo. They're making a new release of Catherine full-bodied.
Good name.
Good name. And they're adding a new Catherine to make it a trifecta of Catherines. Now there's K Catherine, your current girlfriend with brown hair and like kind of like domineering. There's new Catherine C, who's like young and needy and like I don't know, a lot more youthful. And now there's Rin, I guess our Catherine or something. Hey, how's it going there with this jump, huh? You gotta do a side hop, my man. You gotta do a side flip.
What?
Side flip.
I don't know how to do that.
You run, you press the opposite direction, and you jump.
Huh. Dang. Not me to do that.
Now we're back there. So, not a lot is known about Rin Catherine. The only thing we know about it is a questionable screenshot where Vincent is looking at her bottomless from the back, and he's got a mix of like shock and confusion over his face, and a lot of people are worried, I guess is the best way to put it, that he's looking at a dick. Mm-hmm. Which not a great start for this new installment in the Catherine series. So I mean, I don't know, that's like the long and short of Catherine, and to sort of circle back, I do love Catherine. I think it's a very fun game, and it's like really...
Yeah, the block pushing is fun.
Yeah, the block pushing's fun, and you know, for kind of a bigger budget game, it's like a novel idea. It centers around relationships, which is like not a thing not a thing that most games focus on. Like every fucking game you play is about saving the fucking world, and I'm like, I'm tired of it. I don't care about the world anymore.
It wasn't even a secret over here. Or if there is, I didn't find it.
You know, I'm spending half of my life trying to save Hyrule or the Mushroom Kingdom. I want to play a game where I have real people problems, to forget about my real people problems for once. Hey, good job. You're correct. Not much of a riddle, though.
I'm rich.
You're rich. What are you gonna do with all that money?
Buy fashion.
Haven't you bought all the fashion yet?
No.
Really?
Not all of it.
What are you doing?
It's very expensive.
Hey, shut the hell up.
But now I'm rich.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. You got a moon. Sphinx's treasure vault. Nice. Well done.
Thanks.
So I don't know, you have anything to add to sort of the Catherine talk?
I mean, I think you pretty much covered it. I haven't played Catherine myself, but I watched my friend Melissa play it. And I definitely noticed a lot of, like, mainly, like, misogynistic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, for a game that's it's based on a relationship, it's like, you'd think they would make more effort to make you care about the relationship as well. And it just sort of made me dislike all the characters.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help that, like, Vincent is, like, incredibly dislikable. Sorry, Troy Baker. But, like, the main thing is that Vincent is constantly, like, stumbling over his words and, like, not saying the things he, like, means to say, right? Like, there's all these scenes in it where, like, you're with C. Catherine and you, like, Vincent, even if, like, by the way, let's back up. One of the mechanics in this game is that you, like, make choices, and depending on your choices, sort of, like, determines which of the two Catherines you're going to end up with. And so, like, even if you're, like, making all these K Catherine choices, all these choices that make you, like, want to be still in a relationship with the original Catherine, Vincent's inner monologue will be like, oh no, I'm being such a scumbag, I gotta do something.
Oops.
Great job. And yet Vincent will do nothing to try and ameliorate the situation he's found himself in with C. Catherine. And I know that the plot sort of necessitates that he's like, you know, cheating on these women, but it's like, I don't know, it's all so fucking contrived.
Yeah.
It makes like Vincent unlikable, and it also makes like the story kind of suffer for it.
Mm-hmm. The moon. Oh.
Well, probably don't go in there, huh? What's up, C. Dewey?
Hi, C. Dewey. How dare you be late?
How dare
missed our
you.
Catherine talk.
You missed our Catherine talk. Well, let's move on. If that's sort of it, we can move on to another franchise. Why don't you take the wheel on this one, huh?
Okay. So the problematic fave that I kind of thought of immediately is the MCU, which, if you don't know, stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love superheroes, but the movies, and I love the movies, but they like definitely have issues. And I think a lot of it stems from them being like big Hollywood blockbusters. So there's a lot of like inherent just issues with Hollywood. And I think a lot of the movies suffer for it, which is unfortunate. Mainly, so the MCU's been going for quite a while, since like they started Iron Man back in what, 2004?
I don't know, dude. Sure.
Something like that. It's been going for several years. And they've had like several movies. Like, people who aren't fans are sick of how many movies there are. Which
Guilty.
is understandable if you don't like them. But despite this, they are only now making...
2008 was when Iron Man was made?
2008?
Yeah.
Okay. But despite how they've made like a million movies, they still are only now making their first female lead movie. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it took them 10 years to make Black Panther.
Yeah, that too. So they've had a lot of issues with like misogyny and racism and ableism. Another example is what they did to Hawkeye, and probably maybe some other characters too, but I'm more familiar with Hawkeye. In the comics, Hawkeye's a pretty cool character. He's got personality. He's got like sort of a tragic past, but he uses like, I don't know, kind of like attitude and stuff to cope, and he's a well-rounded character, well-written. And in the movies, not only did they sort of erase his personality because they're like, oh, he doesn't have powers, he's kind of boring. They also erased his disability, which is that he is deaf. And it's a pretty big thing in the comics. He like wears hearing aids, and there are times in like fights or plots where if he doesn't have that, he's at a disadvantage. And other characters like use sign language with him and stuff. And it's like really good representation. But they completely cut that out of the movies. Like, they could have even just added like him wearing hearing aids or something. But even that they like didn't do.
What about like what's the name of that? What's the name of the movie with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, Doctor Strange?
Yeah, didn't Doctor Strange have some kind of problem in it?
Yeah. Doctor Strange also had issues of like I think it was, I'm not as familiar with Doctor Strange, but from what I heard, I believe it's something to do with the main antagonist got whitewashed or something?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. It was something along those lines.
What are there any? So
there's also a similar issue with one of their TV shows, Iron Fist. Although that one actually was more the issue of not them adapting it poorly as not taking an opportunity to adapt it better. Because Iron Fist. That's his name. That's his name now. Iron Fist in the comics originally was sort of an example of like white boy unlocks this mystical Asian martial arts technique power and becomes like the savior or whatever. And people were like, well, you know, you could take this opportunity for the adaptation to the screen to actually, you know, make it an Asian American character instead. And they did not do that. And I haven't watched Iron Fist because I heard it's really boring. But people have complained that they did sort of do that bad trope of like, there's like the main female character who has been training her whole life and is super talented at fighting and stuff. And then this boy just shows up and learns the thing and is suddenly better, and she steps aside so that he can do it or whatever, which is an unfortunate trope that is very common. It needs to die. Yeah, and then like their TV shows are slightly better in terms of like the sexist thing, in that they have actually had female lead TV shows, but I think they've only had
Name
like 2.
one.
They had Agent Carter and Jessica Jones. But Jessica Jones isn't that good. And Agent Carter got canceled. So that's not great.
What? So like a lot of this stuff, like Iron Fist and Doctor Strange, are like kind of are problematic, sure, but like, do you even? I know you like the Marvel universe as a whole, but do you like those specific examples? Like, I know you don't really care about Iron Fist. Did you care about Doctor Strange?
No, not really. My main thing is like kind of just the universe, the cinematic universe in general, having these issues, and with more specific like examples from my point of view, it's
purple Doritos, dude.
It's more about like the lack of female representation.
Yeah. So what is they're making like Miss Marvel or whatever, ain't they?
Yep, they're making Captain Marvel, who is a woman.
Yeah.
So that's good,
That's
but it's
good.
like it took you 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. When you get beat at something by DC, you know you fucked up. That's gotta hurt.
Yep.
.303. Nice work. New products added to the shop. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to contribute because I super don't pay attention to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Like,
Which kingdom should we go to next?
Let's go to the Cake Kingdom.
Okay.
Like, I really couldn't be bothered to care, but I mean, I am, I guess, like, glad that they are gonna make. I'm glad they did make Black Panther, and I'm glad they are gonna make Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they'll try better next time.
Yeah.
It seems like, in spite of not making, just waiting so fucking long to make a female lead in a Marvel universe. The last few Marvel movies I have seen, it seems like the female characters have gotten like much better.
Yeah. To be fair, they have been improving their actual female characters. Like before, it was definitely very like all men and maybe one girl, and now they seem to be making better progress with that.
Yeah,
Like Thor had like one like Valkyrie, and then the main villain was a woman. But Valkyrie was really cool.
Yeah.
What is this?
There was a Black Panther.
And then Black Panther was actually surprisingly like had more female characters than male characters in terms of like speaking roles.
Yeah.
Which was nice. I saw an interesting sort of analysis about how it looked. You could interpret Wakanda to be very gender equal, because like none of the female characters were ever disrespected or like shown less respect than their male counterparts. And even when like there was a character who talks about Black Panther's sister Shuri being the head scientist, his complaint isn't that she's female, it's that she's young.
She's a little baby.
Yeah.
Ageist.
Ageist.
Fuck that. Hey, did you? I don't know how extremely online you are on a regular basis, but I ran into some really juicy like fucking Nazi think pieces about how Wakanda is like an alt-right paradise because they don't let in any foreigners.
Yeah. Oops.
Which, of course, you know, is horse shit peddled by the world's dumbest people. But personally, I don't know. I thought it was really funny to watch these idiots parade this tepid take around.
But yeah, I guess that's basically my thing with the MCU, is that please stop making all your movies about straight white males.
Yeah. Are there any, like, not straight superheroes in the MCU?
Not that have actually gotten on-screen representation, except for if you count Deadpool, I think.
Oh, right. Deadpool's, like, omnisexual or something.
He's pan, yeah. Yeah, he's canonically pan in the comics and in the movies.
Is that good representation? I feel like that might not be good representation.
I mean, he's like certainly not a paragon of justice.
He's kind of like, sometimes he's kind of like, his whole bit is that he's like kind of a depraved lunatic.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be bad representation.
It's certainly not the best. But I guess a lot of people still, I
mean, people love Deadpool.
Love him.
They love Deadpool.
He can be.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Yeah. And like, I think it also depends on who's writing him and stuff. Because I have definitely read comics where he's like trying to be a good person and doing the right thing and whatnot. But there are definitely also comics where he's just batshit.
Yeah. Okay, but like...
oh, actually though, if we're... one of the TV shows for the MCU, which is The Runaways, does have LGBT representation, because a couple of the characters in that, like one Carolina is a lesbian. And I think one of the other characters is bi. I haven't actually finished it, but I am sort of familiar with them from the comics.
Okay, well that's good. Maybe some excuse me, goddamn. Maybe someday they'll make it onto the silver screen.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. Movies suck. Oh, better hurry. Oh god, you're not gonna make it. Oh my god. There by the grace of God.
Yeah, that's another reason why I hope one day they'll make the Young Avengers, they'll get to their generation, because that's also, that group is very LGBT. I don't think there's a single straight character in that group. Though honestly, if they make them part of the MCU, they'll probably give them a TV show. Where's that? Oh, it's over there. How do I get over there? Ooh, confetti.
Take your bets now, ladies and gentlemen, on how many of the TV incarnations of the Young Adventures are going to be straight. Is there a word yet? Is straight washed a word? Can you straight wash someone?
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I want to be here IRL.
Yeah, me too.
What? Oh my god! Dude, we're having a fucking nice ass time in the fucking French Fork Kingdom, and you are ruining everybody's good time.
Play and kick the can.
You are a bad house guest, Mario.
See that little skull guy I kicked the can to him, and then he kicked it to that other guy.
Wow, great. See? Look at this. This is the very picture of integration. You got New Yorkers. You got skull guys. You got forks. You got the snail people. You got the fish people.
All the people.
Take note, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, you're trapped.
Rip.
Trapped on Salt Pile Isle. Welcome to hell. Cassie Lang. Oh, she's a young Avenger, not young Justice.
Yeah, Cassie Lang. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. She might be straight. I guess I was thinking, like, the current group, because she's not in it anymore. Yeah, Cassie's the only character to have shown up in the MCU so far, I think.
The fuck are you doing?
I'm getting more moons. Whee! Yeah, Carolina gets together with, I don't know if you pronounce their name Zavin or Zavin, it's like Xavin. Yeah. Who is a Skrull and Skrulls can like shapeshift and they don't really have gender. And generally when Carolina's with them, they're in female form and she's only attracted to females, so still counts as a lesbian.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Got any more hot Marvel takes?
I think that's basically it. It's more representation
Will be good. Yeah.
would be nice for pretty much all minorities. Oh.
Yeah, you got this.
Oop.
Doing great.
No.
Oh, it is embarrassing to even watch.
What's our next topic? Or problematic
We're
fave?
done. We're all done.
Those are the only ones
Those
that are
the
problematic.
problematic things that we like. Otherwise, we're perfect track record, perfect human beings, perfect human. Persona games are bad.
Oh,
Persona games have a lot of problems, huh?
yeah.
3, 4, and 5. Let's start with 3. 3 might be like the least problematic, like kind of counterintuitively. 3 doesn't have like
Dang
any,
it.
doesn't have the air quotes representation that like 4 has. But like also 4's representation is a little bit questionable, if you ask me. So let me try and delineate. First, I have to remember what the fuck happens in 3 because it's like a fucking episode of Ava. Its plot is so convoluted. Doing great.
Dang it.
All right. I mean, aside from like normal sort of like anime fan service bullshit, which is present in every Persona game.
Yeah.
The main thing that stands out is like Persona Team's really good track record with trans people. During the beach episode of Persona 3, because there's a beach episode in every Persona game.
Anime.
You and Akihiko and Junpei, who are kind of like your two boys, your two like best buds, go on this thing called Operation Babe Hunt.
Oh, cool.
And you go around, well, yeah, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
And you go around, like, the beach, and you, like, are trying to flirt with girls, and, like, Akihiko is terrible at it, and it's actually really funny. And, like, Junpei is just a huge piece of shit, and nobody likes him. But so, you talk to, like, I think, you personally, your character, talks to, like, I think...
Man, when it sets me on fire, I can't. He like runs around on his own.
Comment,
and then
comments how much you are loving this.
And then he goes into the goo.
You run into like 3 ladies, and like the first 2 women like rebuke you and are like, "Oh, yeah, you suck, you shitty team." And it's like, haha, kind of throwaway joke. The last woman you run into is like this like just gorgeous woman. She's like, you know, clearly like she's like portrayed as like quote unquote out of your league, right?
Yeah.
And you like talk to her and she's like receptive and she's like, oh, giggle. Yeah, give me your number. Maybe we can hang out and fuck. She doesn't say that, but like it's implicit that she's like clearly like a lot more like sexually interested than the other ones. And then you find out that she got a weenie, and then everybody's like completely sicked out about it. And she was like concealing it from you the whole time. It's like it's just like Catherine, except it's not different. So no, except actually.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of the major thing of Persona 3. We go to Persona 4. Persona 4 has a gay party member. You did this already.
Yeah, I did this.
Which, you know, for its time, reasonably progressive. Now, that's in the Japanese version. In the American version, they kind of made him maybe not gay. They changed like a lot of his dialogue to make him seem like kind of like he might just be straight, but also like secretly effeminate, which is like just really not great.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Got him. Nice job. So I mean, your sort of mileage might vary, but during the segment where you have to go save him, his like shadow, his like sort of hidden secret form is like just this gigantic, flamboyant, like just very gay dude.
Yeah.
Which, you
Stereotyping.
know, is pretty stereotypical and not great.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, like, your shadow is supposed to be, like, the part of yourself that you're trying to conceal, but, like, I don't know, it doesn't add up. I don't think Kanji was ever afraid, necessarily, of being a gay stereotype. He was just afraid of being gay.
Yeah.
When he, like, found out he was attracted to dudes, he had, like, this huge, like, crisis of identity because he didn't see himself as... He saw himself as, like, you know, a masculine man, and not like he, you know, and being gay isn't masculine in his eyes. So, I mean, I don't know. And then the other character that is not necessarily like a straight cis person was Naoto, who was like, who like acted, you know, masculine and was a woman, and like, I don't know, their gender was sort of kind of not so well defined. But like your whole fucking social link with her like kind of just culminates in getting her to wear a fucking dress, which is totally whack. But I mean, I don't know. Oh, get that Waluigi costume. What are you doing? Put that on. But I don't know. Naoto is just kind of like a bad character in general, so it's hard to say if her weird, like, portrayal of, like, transgender is because of Persona Team being, like, kind of insensitive, or of it's just, like, just very bad writing. And then Persona 5, again, you know, full of, like, probably the most gratuitously fan service one out of the three I mentioned. I think we all can ask ourselves why Anne gotta stick her butt out all the way for the battle scene.
Yep.
But the thing that sticks with me the most is when fucking Ryuji gets molested by those gay stereotypes. It's like, come on, dude. Why did you take off your Waluigi clothes? We're trying to get the hits. Everybody loves Waluigi.
No, I need to wear the chef outfit.
Why did you put on the painter outfit?
I didn't mean to.
Well, so you say. But yeah. I don't know. That's kind of Persona in a nutshell. I don't know. You have anything to add? I hope that the next time they make Persona, it's not like this, but there were 9 years between Persona 4 and Persona 5. 9 whole years, and it was not better. It was still riddled with, like, weird sexism and homophobia.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that about covers it. Like, I also really like Persona. It's definitely like one of the few JRPGs I've played and like really liked. And I like the social linking in a lot of the characters, but it does have those issues quite a bit.
Yep. Hey, you already got that.
Yep.
So that's Persona. That's Persona, I guess. I'm not gonna, like, you know, it seems like a lot of really good anime games have this problem, because I feel like a lot of these same problems can be applied to, like, Danganronpa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a ledge there.
Danganronpa has Teru in it, which is, like, maybe the single
Yeah.
worst character in an anime game.
Yeah. Like, I wonder,
I wonder why Japan just can't get one.
yeah. I mean, I do wonder, like, how much of it is just culturally Japan in certain aspects is less progressive. Like, they're not, like, America's not great, but,
Are you sure? Because I heard we were great again.
yeah. Oh, something happened. Yeah. But, like, Japan is, like, way more conservative when it comes to, like, LGBT stuff. And they're not great with race either. So, I feel like that probably is why a lot of those issues are kind of common in lots of, like, video games and anime that are from Japan.
You did it.
I did it again.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like,
Like, it's still, from what I have heard, they still don't really accept that transgendered people are real. Like, just sort of generally speaking with, like, the government and stuff. They don't acknowledge. They just are like, oh, you're just gay, or some, you know, like.
That's not good.
Yeah. And, like, obviously.
That's so. What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gay.
And it's like, obviously not all Japanese people. There are plenty of people who are more progressive, just like anywhere in the world. You've got both I guess sides of the can't think of words.
Spectrum?
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah, and like, oh hey, it's Peach.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, nice overalls, idiot. Who wears overalls?
Yeah, only idiots wear overalls.
Overalls are for dorks. Oh, thanks. Peach in the lunchtime kingdom.
But yeah, there are plenty of, like, people in Japan who do know, have an understanding of LGBT stuff, and, like, obviously there are people who are LGBT and whatnot, but as a whole, the country is a lot more conservative, and when it comes to, like, stereotypes and stuff, they still have a lot of them in like, media. So I think that is probably a big influence. Which I guess could segue into talking about anime, although it's sort of the same issues.
Talk about anime. Chelsea, what's an anime you like that is deeply fraught? That's right. It's Yuri on Ice. But you didn't expect that one, motherfuckers. We gotcha!
I mean, definitely, again, a lot of like some of the older ones have issues. Like one that is a classic that I love still, but going back to it, it was a little like, oh, was Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon was progressive for its time. And it does have some things in it that are pretty progressive, like it has one of the classic lesbian couples of Michiru and Haruka.
I thought they were cousins.
Yeah, which America was like, they're just cousins. Don't worry about it.
Cousins, that's why
they
holding hands.
Yeah, I remember as a kid watching that and being like,
I'm not that good at cousins with anybody.
But it has issues in other ways, like, for example, the main character, Usagi, well, pretty much all of them at the beginning of the series are 14, which is pretty typical for shoujo magical girl anime. They're usually in middle school or high school because that's the sort of the target audience. But her boyfriend Mamoru, if I remember correctly, he's like 18.
Oh.
And like the way they're drawn, they look older, like the girls. So when I was watching it as a kid, I like did not realize how old they were. I was surprised when I found out I thought they were like at least 16 or 18 themselves, but no, they're like 14. And then I'm pretty sure Mamoru is in high school, or not high school, like a freshman in college or something. And it's like, ugh. I know you guys are like literally destined to be together, but maybe wait till you're a little older? And again, I feel like this is yet another sort of cultural thing in Japan because the age of consent is lower there, so maybe they don't see it as big of a deal, but it's still icky. Because like Usagi and Mamoru do have sex.
What?
At some point. It doesn't like show it or anything, but it's pretty implicit. And it does happen later in the series, but I don't think it's that much time. I don't think she's like that much older. I don't know where I'm taking this. I haven't found, like, maybe I'm supposed to throw it in here?
Soup. Wow, good throw, ding dong. Don't you gotta like walk it up there? Yeah.
I did it.
You did it. I'm reminded now that you've been talking about old ass animes for shoujos. There's that one fucking character in Inuyasha who's the fucking monk.
Yeah.
Who's like just fucking
Yeah.
pulling down girls' pants all the time, and everyone's just like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, that definitely is like a trope in older anime, which I'm very glad they have sort of been weeded out in present day. It's not really, you don't see it too often in modern anime, but definitely in like 80s and 90s, there would be the character trope of the pervert. There was that guy in
lovable pervert.
Yeah, the guy in Inuyasha. There was like Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, Master Roshi. Yeah. Master Roshi's fucking constantly trying to look at Bulma's titties.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, Master Roshi! And he's like, I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm a dirty old man.
And like, it was common enough that it's like, please don't. I'm glad that that's not really a thing anymore.
Society's just accept me for who I am, even if it is borderline fucking sexual assault.
Yeah, and it's like always played off as harmless.
Totally harmless.
Yeah. Do you have any others that you want to talk about? See, Dewey, do you have any problematic faves?
Steven Universe, gotcha. I'm doing it. This is my hot take. Steven Universe problematic. I mean,
The fandom.
the fandom problematic.
That fandom does get kind of crazy.
Well, lots of fandoms are
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah. Ow.
Except for our fandom, we're the best fandom.
Yeah.
They can't do no wrong.
We love you guys.
Love you guys. Love you. Should we like think of a demonym for our fans? Like questies? Quest friends?
I thought when we initially started our channel, we were like, they can call themselves the Questers, and then we're the Master Questers. We're like the top Questers.
We're like the top, we're like their masters. Like they have to do what
Yeah.
we say, and they have to
Do
say
it.
the safe word.
Oh no, are we problematic?
I don't know. No, we have a safe word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'd only be problematic if we were like Dorian Gray masters.
Yeah.
Or Julian Gray? What the fuck is the name of the main character of
I wanna
Grey's
say-
Anatomy?
I want to say Christian.
Christian Grey.
Do we got anything?
C-Dewey, do you have anything? C-Dewey, can you make the content for us instead of us?
Ow.
We had someone in here earlier named Ender Wolf.
Fox.
And yeah, Ender Fox. Which reminded me of Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. And Ender's Game, as I recall, doesn't. Oh, hold on, C-Dewey's saying a thing. I wonder what things people will think or what's problematic about Steven Universe in 30 years. I don't know. We'll circle back to that in a minute. Let me finish my anecdote. Anyway, Ender's Game, is, to the best of my recollection, I read it quite a long time ago, didn't really have anything problematic in it. However, or it probably did, but like not like glaringly so. It was kind of, it was a book that mostly ended up being a book that was against warfare. Orson Scott Card, though, is like an enormous, just a gigantic homophobe, turns out. And that sort of is an interesting, like, spin on the problematic media. Like, what if a creator creates something that's not inherently problematic, but the creator themselves holds very problematic opinions?
Yeah.
Watch out there.
Yeah, I don't know, on like one hand, if the content itself doesn't have like their views in it, I guess, and it is enjoyable, then I guess I would still like it, but I probably wouldn't want to like support the person by buying their stuff, so I would just be like, oh.
Huh?
I need to... Come here. Ow.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think it's certainly within the realm of possibility that nobody will find anything like problematic about Steven Universe in, 30 years. Just because something's old doesn't mean it's problematic, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you like... You mean like compared to hopefully the more progressive stuff, then maybe there'll be things where like could have been more, but
More progressive?
yeah, but
That's
like
true.
generally I feel like Steven Universe is one of the more progressive of right now, so.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty it's got good representation. All the main characters except for Steven are like women, and like obviously like a lot of the women are like lesbians. I don't care what you say. Those space rocks are lesbians.
Yeah. Oh, can't see.
And like it's got, like the thing with Steven Universe is that like even though like they're technically genderless alien space rocks, I mean they're not though.
Yeah, I mean they may not have men on their planet, but they're still like the way closer to identifying as our version of women than anything else.
And I mean,
and like they're written by the creators to be women.
Yeah, and I mean like Garnet is definitely like black.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, the representation in that show is like top notch. Okay, that's an interesting take. That's a good take. I feel like if you've never watched pro wrestling, I feel like if you haven't watched a pro wrestling feud that involved like Vince McMahon, then yeah, good take, Chief.
Oh no! Oh no! Bye.
Also, it doesn't glorify because Tiger Millionaire is clearly a heel.
Can't reach. Oh, there we go.
Didn't you want to talk about how Nintendo can't have like a female
Oh, yeah.
character that doesn't get fucking kidnapped?
Yeah, could talk about that.
Yeah.
Guys, Nintendo needs to get with the times.
Nintendo needs to get it together.
Rip.
You sacrificed to that Koopa for your own life. Yeah, I mean, like, the two biggest Nintendo franchises can't seem to write a good female character very consistently.
Yeah.
Like, Princess Peach can't fucking take a step without getting kidnapped immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know, there's like no excuse for it.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time she didn't get kidnapped? It was the one where she turned into a kitty cat. That was like the one time. Like, Square Enix, guys. Square Enix can write Princess Peach better than Nintendo can. Because Princess Peach was an actual character who did stuff in Mario RPG. But, like, as soon as, like, Nintendo gets the reins of Mario RPG, what happens to Princess Peach? She gets fucking perved on by a computer. I guess that's not fair to indict Nintendo on that one, though. That was actually Intelligent Systems who wrote that script, so... Regardless, though, I mean, like, in like, this game, like, Nintendo gets... Not Nintendo. Princess Peach gets dangled kidnapped by Bowser again.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying in the comments. You're saying, but guys, in Mario Galaxy, when Princess Peach got kidnapped, you allied with Princess Rosalina. Here's what I have to say to that: Princess Rosalina sucks. Anybody who likes her sucks too. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. The thing is this.
I mean, it's. I feel like it's bad on two fronts. One, it's the sexist bit, but also it's like, I know it's sort of the thing of the game, and you want to be like, it's Mario. But it's like, you could be a little more original than just, gotta rescue Princess Peach again.
How uncreative do you have to be to, like, fucking think that if Princess Peach doesn't get kidnapped, then Mario don't have reason to save the world?
Yeah, he couldn't possibly. Mario's a piece of shit. He doesn't care about anything else.
What if instead Bowser has, and just hear me out, Bowser has a shard of a meteorite that will unite the Dino world and Brooklyn. And he'll become the mayor of Brooklyn. And he's played as Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, of course.
Now that's a compelling story.
I'd play that game.
Yeah. The most progressive Mario game ever. Well, besides the one I was just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna. My main caveat is this: is that one, I'm not gonna pitch this as like soulless Nintendo would to get the woke Twitter cred. I'm gonna try and actually make a progressive Mario game. Let's start out with this. First of all, you play as Peach and you don't use women's irrational emotions as the powers.
Yeah.
Is my first one. Like, Princess Peach, in spite of like how much Nintendo doesn't utilize her, Princess Peach has like a fucking plethora of unique skills that doesn't involve crying or getting angry.
Yeah.
She like can float, and like it is established that she like has fucking like magic ass umbrella. And like she's like used magic also in the past. So, like, you can make a fucking platform game or an adventure game or what have you with Princess Peach at the helm. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's just going to fucking kill Bowser. Because, like, let's just get it over with. I mean, I'm fed up. Bowser keeps kidnapping me. Let's put this to rest. So she goes to kill Bowser. Wait, no. Actually, you know what? let's just back it up. Let's just start over. The main character in this one is Toadette. And Toadette is starting a counter-revolution against the Mushroom Kingdom. And Toadette is gonna behead the Mushroom Kingdom's despot, Princess Peach. So in this one, you do actually kidnap and Princess Peach, but you do it as Toadette for La Revolution. Viva la proletariat. So yeah, so I mean, like Princess Peach has problems.
Yeah. Zelda's not a whole lot better.
Yeah, let's why not talk about Zelda?
Zelda, I love you, but
As soon as Zelda puts on a dress, she's worthless.
yeah, basically,
It's like
you can't be a princess and have a personality unless you're dead and a ghost.
yeah. What is Nintendo trying to say at this point? Yeah, I mean, it's every...
This is just milk.
No, dude, it's milk. It's milk broth. This is like fucking Kopan ramen.
Well, then where are the noodles?
We smashed them all.
I didn't smash the noodles. I just smashed a bunch of like potatoes.
Yeah, they were potato noodles.
Oh,
It's real. It's a real thing. Don't argue. Don't look it up.
I think that is a real thing.
Yeah, see, I'm right.
I don't think they use it in ramen, but
Yeah, huh? They do it. I just want to believe. You're dead. You're just dead now. No one
I'm fine.
can survive that. My God. Yeah, so like, let's talk about Zelda. First time Zelda ever did anything in a Zelda game was Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
When she guides you to help rescue her. And then she gets kidnapped again, so kind of double kidnapped there. Bad track record already. Second Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Oh, Zelda's a ninja in this one. Whoa. Cool. Dope. She's like fucking helping you do shit. She saves Princess Ruto.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking all off camera, but you know, whatever. We hear about it. Then she takes off the ninja clothes, puts on a dress. Oh, cat kidnapped.
Whoops.
Shouldn't put on that dress. As soon as you become a girl, see, we all thought Sheik was a dude, but as soon as we found out that Sheik was a lady, she gets fucking kidnapped. What? Come on.
What could it mean?
What could it mean? Zelda isn't in Majora's Mask, and Zelda's not really in the Oracle games either.
Mm-hmm.
So Zelda doesn't show back up until Wind Waker, where she's a pirate, and this time you know it's her because it's like, fool me once with the ninja, shame on you. Fool me twice with the pirate, shame on me. But she's a cool pirate now. She's spunky and she's fun and she gets the stuff done, and everybody listens to her. Even Gonzo, that big idiot.
What a moron.
What a moron. But then you bring her underwater with Bojack and she wears a dress and she gets kidnapped. Whoops!
Yep, and loses her tan.
And she becomes white, which is a whole other barrel of fish.
And puts makeup on for some reason.
And then there's what comes next? The Phantom Hourglasses. Is Princess Zelda in Phantom Hourglass? Oh wait, no, Minish Cap is next.
Minish Cap.
Princess Zelda gets turned into a rock.
Yeah.
What happens to Princess Zelda in Phantom Hourglass?
I think she also gets kidnapped. She's like she's Tetra again at the beginning for 2 minutes.
Cool.
And then, like, from what I vaguely remember from when I played this several years ago, or when I started it at least, Link is like sailing on Tetra's ship, and then like a ghost ship or something shows up and kidnaps the whole pirate crew. So basically, gotta save Tetra / Zelda.
So Zelda gets kidnapped. Spirit tracks Zelda gets killed and turned into a ghost.
Yeah. She has personality that time, but at what cost?
At what cost?
Oops.
Twilight Princess Zelda.
Not in it.
Not it. No, she's in it for like a minute.
Yeah.
And she drops a sword.
She's basically
and then
not
she
in it.
loses. Zelda, the Skyward Sword. Zelda's in that one. Not a princess, but technically still like a village matron.
Yeah,
Sorta.
her dad is like the leader of the village.
Her dad is the village dad. And she does do stuff in that one. Again, granted,
Off screen.
all off screen, and she does eventually get kidnapped.
Yeah.
But you know, out of all the Zeldas, she might be the one who gets kidnapped the least.
Oops.
And then there's what's next?
Breath of the Wild?
No. The other one before that for the 3DS.
Oh, Link Between Worlds.
She gets kidnapped. She gets turned into a picture, right?
Yep.
She's turned into a picture.
Her and the Seven Sages.
She gets fucking Luigi Mansion. And then Twilight Princess, she doesn't even wear a dress, and she gets kidnapped. Anyway, she gets kidnapped in her little goddess dress. So, but yeah, does she get kidnapped?
Twilight Princess.
Breath of the Wild. Does she get kidnapped in Breath of the Wild, or?
I don't know. I don't think she gets kidnapped, but like.
But she does get kidnapped.
She like goes to fight Ganon and gets trapped in the castle. So she does become like a prisoner that is trapped somewhere off camera for the majority of the thing. And then like the flashbacks of her are nice. They give her some personality, but they're also all in the past. And in the actual present of the game, she just like helps you out in the final fight and says, "You're the hero of Hyrule, Link," like the first game, and that's it.
Wow. Okay, so bad track record with Zelda. Bad track record with Princess Peach. Well, we got Samus.
Yeah.
At least they did one. Although, to be fair, like... And this is sort of like, I don't know how to really explain this right, but like they kind of turned the Samus into like a weird, sexy supermodel.
Yeah.
I mean, like... Samus, since her very first incarnation, has been like questionably a sex object. Even in Metroid for the NES, your reward for beating the game good is like...
She takes off her suit.
She takes off her suit and she's wearing like a singlet. And like, I mean, I hadn't quite hit puberty in 1986, or was alive. So I certainly wasn't titillated by those hot pixels. But I can't say with any certainty that maybe other people weren't. Regardless, you know...
Like, I actually never played Metroid, so I've only heard about that scene. So I was always under the impression, from how people told me about it, that it was just a way to show that Samus was a girl.
That could be it. I mean, again, it might be the technology. It's like, how do we indicate this character is a girl with like 8 bits? And I'm like, I don't know, give her a singlet and wide hips. And like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a lot more innocent than I'm giving it credit for. Now, but see, the thing is that by the time we get to Metroid 3, the one for the Super Nintendo, now we have enough definition to the point where it's like when you do see Samus without her suit, now she's like definitely like unabashedly like sexy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at that point it's like okay. And it's only like kind of gotten more intense ever since like Metroid Zero Mission they gave her the Zero suit.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy. Come on, Nintendo. I don't want to like give off the wrong impression and say that, you know, a character can be sexy. But why is it so important that Samus is sexy?
Mm-hmm.
Samus's whole deal is that she's like a loner.
Yeah, who's she being sexy for?
Well, she could be being sexy for herself, but like, I don't know, like right after the mission though.
Mm-hmm.
Right after
It's not very
work,
practical.
Okay, Chris Dewey. That's a hot take.
Yeah. Oop.
I mean, like that's sort of like a fair concept, though. It's like also almost every female video game character is like just stupidly proportioned.
Yeah.
Like, there's not like there are not a lot of like heavy set video game women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? That's what they should show her winding down with a glass of wine in a bubble bath. Yeah, that's reasonable, C. Dewey. That's realistic. No, dude, they should see her like after you beat Metroid fast enough, she should be like in like loose fitting pajama pants and a tank top.
Yeah.
Eating Chinese food.
I mean, that's how I headcanon her.
I mean, if, like, I had to kill 1 million space pirates with a gun, that's how I'd unwind. Great work. Yeah, chosen power suit can't be terribly comfortable. I agree. Yes. Do it. Do it for the clicks. Yeah, man, I don't know. I can't think of, like... you know, the thing is that there's a million fucking Nintendo franchises, and I can't think of very many at the moment. It's like Pokemon... I don't know, it's Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
The characters aren't characters. They're like... I don't know, just weirdos. There's a lot of, like... female characters in Splatoon, but like they're not really characters. I mean, they're like fun and good, but like Splatoon doesn't have a story.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Don't tell me that the Dead Sea Scrolls are story. Fuck you. Shut up.
You want my version of a progressive Nintendo game? Okay, a game where you play as one of the Zeldas and you use your power of wisdom to like get the Triforce of Wisdom, like Link has to get the Triforce of Courage, and you like do dungeons and solve puzzles, and you can like fight monsters and stuff too, like Link does, but it's slightly more like puzzle based, just not because she's a girl, but because you know, Triforce of Wisdom, I feel like it would make sense, but you also have to fight monsters and stuff. But I guess it would be a little more like shrines and shit.
I want to play a game that's a clone of Star Fox, but instead of being in a pilot fighting an X-Wing, you're just flying around as Medley, and you have to shoot people down with a blowgun. That's my progressive game.
And then as Zelda, you save Hyrule, and you don't even need Link.
Yeah, you know, man.
Like, Link can be there and like hang out, but he doesn't really like necessarily do anything. Or maybe you can like have a co-op version where one person can be Link, but player one is Zelda. Mario, go.
I think we dunked on Nintendo sufficiently. We have about 30 more minutes. Is there anything else we can ruin for everyone before we sign off?
You
got any hot takes on like Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, we were talking about doing Harry Potter. I mean, we touched a little bit on this when we were playing the game, but the goblins at Gringotts are not great.
Not great. Again, I don't know if I don't presume that Just Kidding Rowling is an anti-Semite, but boy did she sure put some Jewish like offensive Jewish caricatures in her children's book. I guess we also, I don't know, we kind of hit Harry Potter pretty hard because we also talked about how there aren't really any gay characters in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Albus Dumbledore doesn't really like count as good representation.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I don't think there's a lot to wring out of that shit, honestly.
Yeah, since we did already kind of go over it in a different stream.
Yeah.
Oop.
I don't know, watch our Harry Potter streams, you goobers.
No.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Will I?
You'll get it. You'll get it. There you go. There you go, champ. There you go, Sporticus. There you go, dog. You get it. You got it. You got it. Yeah! Oh. Oh. Okay. No, okay. No, you're doing it. Okay, you're doing it. That's, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Okay, number 2. Let's hit it.
I know we were like earlier talking about Frasier, but are there any other like?
Yeah.
Are there any other like older like sitcoms or TV shows?
I mean,
like I never really watched Seinfeld, but are there any?
Yeah, I mean,
things
like Seinfeld is like hella sexist and like hella homophobic. I don't know. It's just like totally okay in like the early to mid '90s to just dunk on gay people. So like, fucking all of them got it. Like, you know, Seinfeld's got it, Frasier's got it, Friends got it. All of them like did it. I think depending on who you are, you might even be like, you might even say like, Will and Grace is problematic.
Yeah.
Wow, you did
I
it.
did it. There's nothing up here, turns out.
Except some dialogue.
Hey, a star.
Hey, go get it. You got it. I think you have to jump from up there to get that star.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Yoshi.
Hey Yoshi, I'm Yoshi now.
Yeah.
Hey Greta.
Oh, hi, Greta. Greta, I thought you were playing Splatoon 2 just now.
I'm glad college has been going well for you.
Oh, heck yeah, Greta.
We're talking about problematic faves. You missed most of it, but are there any problematic faves you have that you would like to discuss?
Any problematic video games or...
We've been talking about like...
shows?
Yeah, we've been talking about how like Nintendo tends to make female characters damsels in distress. Or like Persona was
Persona's just, yeah, full
full of
really
trans
bad gay stereotypes.
trends and homophobia, that sort of thing. Stuff that we like but has problems. Tell us, Greta.
Yeah, Greta, tell us.
Can't get up here. Nope. Ah. I'm okay. Oh well. Oh, Yoshi can't swim apparently.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Yoshi.
Yoshi's dead again.
What else is new? I'm apparently just missing one moon in here.
Oh, well, isn't that the one you were missing?
I don't know if that's oh yeah, there's stars here, huh? I guess that is the one I'm missing. Come on, Greta, pull it together.
Depending on who you ask, like Bayonetta's problematic. But that one's, I think, up for debate. Well, at least it's the prevailing sort of thing.
How did I get up here earlier?
I don't know, dude. Very skillfully, I guess. Just gonna birth a new Yoshi just to sacrifice it.
Yep.
There's another scarecrow up here, apparently.
Oh.
I mean, like, a lot of people who, whose opinions I think are totally valid. Like, you know, and I'm not just talking about, like, dumb shitheads from the internet. I think, like, a lot of intelligent, well-meaning people also agree that Bayo isn't necessarily problematic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I don't know, I think it's a good discussion, right? Like, because a lot of other people say, well, no, she is, because, like, even though she's, like, supposed to be a character who's empowered by, like, her sexuality, she's under the control of the player who is, like, who gets to decide, more or less, when she shakes her butt and gets naked.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like, a line between I look hot because, for me, and I look hot, like, to spite the patriarchy, and, like, I don't know, it's like, kind of complicated, right?
Well, yeah, it is complicated,
yeah.
and I think that's kind of like the
yeah,
heart
that's
of, like,
that's the
Bayonetta.
problem.
It's like not.
You can, like, on one hand, sure, you're allowed to look hot for yourself, not for anyone else. That's perfectly valid and can be empowering. But on the other hand, it's sort of the patriarchy that has told you that wearing high heels and walking around like that is hot?
Yeah. Also, it's like
It's like if the patriarchy had never made that a thing in the first place, would women still want to wear sexy
Gun
high
shoes.
heels? Yeah.
shoes that are guns.
Yeah.
And the answer is no to probably most of it, except for the gun shoes. Yes.
Because guns are cool.
Because guns as shoes is cool. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think anybody can really say for sure about Bayo. Like, the biggest problem with Bayo is that, like, ultimately she was,
Dang
like...
it.
Do you want me to get that one?
Sure, you try.
Is that she was designed by Kamiya and Platinum, and those are all, like, you know, straight dudes. And, like, as much as they say, like, stuff like, oh no, it's you know, a commentary, it's meaningful. It's like, how much can you take that at face value?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same sort of situation with the anime Kill la Kill.
Oh yeah, completely.
Which, to be fair, I have never, like, I didn't finish it. So I don't know where it really went with that, but I know the premise is a similar thing of, like, the main protagonist, she finds this magical suit and she puts it on and it gives her powers, but it's also very sexy. And the creator says it's because, like, to make her empowered and stuff. But it's like, how much though? Is that true?
Yeah.
Have you thought of your thing, Greta?
Alright, where's the star? There it is.
I read a pretty good analysis once about this sort of issue, and it's been a while, so I might not necessarily be, dang. I don't know if I'll be able to explain it as well as it was written, but it was sort of like comparing sort of the attractiveness of typically like male characters, like superheroes like Batman and such, and how they're sexy, but they're very clearly sort of portrayed in a way that is more of a male power fantasy. They're not, like, Bruce Wayne isn't all muscly in order to appeal to women. He's muscly to appeal to
men.
yeah, to appeal to gay men. No,
Right, no, to appeal to men.
to appeal.
To be muscly.
Yeah, exactly. So that's sort of the crux of it. It's like, is Bayonetta sexy as a power fantasy for women, or is she sexy as a fantasy for men? And I feel like you could sort of argue either way in her case. Personally, I don't look at Bayonetta and be like, I want to be like that, but that's just me. Thank you. Hey, little tortilla boy.
Hi, little tortilla boy. I mean, man, speaking of boobies, I am like so close to buying Blade Strangers. I like really...
Is that the fighting game?
Yeah.
With like Binding of Isaac and stuff in it?
Binding of Isaac. So like I watched I've been following it, it's Dev Cycle, because like it looks so awful. Mm-hmm. And then I watched like 2 hours of gameplay last night instead of going to sleep, and it looks like such a good fighting game. Mm. And now I'm like, on one hand I've been talking
maybe it'll be another problematic fave.
Yeah, on one hand I've been talking shit on it for like the past like 3 months, and now it's like I can't swallow my pride and like buy that game because I've been like dunking on it for forever. But it fucking looks really good. Mm. Like, at least to play, it looks like it feels fucking great. Mm-hmm.
What kingdom should I go to, you guys?
Go to the,
One moon.
Yeah, nice. Have you gotten all the moons in New York?
Snow Kingdom?
Yeah, go to Snow Kingdom, do that.
Do you guys, now that Little Tortilla Boy and Greta are here, although we already asked Greta, but do you guys have problematic faves?
Do you have any media that you love that it is also like deeply troubling in terms of sexism and racism and or homophobia?
Any of those types of issues?
We've been spending like the last hour and a half bearing our souls about how much I like Frasier, even though half of Frasier is about how Roz is a slut.
Oh, one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit, not a huge amount.
My battery died.
Oh.
So I don't know. Probably have to recharge.
Your light is on.
Yeah, I just turned it back on, but I bet it'll die in a minute again.
Okay.
I don't know, I have a really loud voice, so it probably picked up on your thing a little bit, so I don't think anybody missed my dumbass takes. But...
The Fifth Element? I never saw that. Anyway, one that I was thinking of that I don't know if I would say I wouldn't go so far as to say it's problematic, but it's definitely like sort of a trope of its time that is still kind of a common thing and is annoying and sexist. Is we've been watching a lot of Futurama, because I didn't watch it growing up, so Clark and I have been watching it on Hulu.
Yeah, that's a good example. I forgot, but yeah, Futurama has problems.
And like,
I'm gonna go change my batteries real quick.
Okay. And like the main female character, Leela, on one hand, she's kind of a kick-ass character and like the most competent of them by far. But on the other hand, most of her like plot, her personal character story that isn't about her being abandoned as a baby and trying to find her real parents is about trying to find a boyfriend. And like, there's nothing inherently wrong with having a female character wants to find a romantic interest, Because it can also be bad if you like overcompensate and try to like, oh, in order for this woman character to be strong, she has to be independent and a loner and can't love anyone and stuff like that, because that is equally bad. It's not a well-rounded character. But at the same time, having like 80% of her plot just be about trying to find a guy is annoying.
Well, Greta, I have bad news for you. I mean, if you played any Zelda game, then you played a sexist video game. Yeah, I mean, there's that, and then there's also like old stuff about Futurama that's just like old stuff. Like Futurama is just full of like,
I mean,
the joke is that they're gay kind of stuff.
It's the same as like Frasier and those other older sitcoms.
Yeah.
Where it was more accepted to have jokes like that.
Ooh, also, like classic Matt Groening, it's like full of like fucking extremely stereotypical accents. Like fucking Leela's like boss from the beginning of this series is like basically fucking like has a very questionable Indian accent, fucking straight up like Apu style.
Yeah.
And like every time like I don't know, like you've got like fucking Hermes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Too cold.
Who like can't say two sentences without like
saying mon
or like making some ridiculous like rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Amy's parents.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Whoops. Yeah, I imagine like pretty much any sort of like The Simpsons and Family Guy and Futurama and those types of shows typically have jokes that are not PC.
Yeah. Yeah, Family Guy has fucking like straight up has like Quagmire in it, who's like basically just the joke is that he is a raper.
I never watched Family Guy.
Yeah, I did. I watched it a lot when I was in high school. Because that's the age that you're supposed to watch Family Guy at. And like, it's, when you think about it, it's wild. Like, honestly, like, I'm trying to like remember, and like Family Guy surprisingly didn't seem to be like that racist, but like for what it made up in like being not racist like The Simpsons, it more than made up for in being like hell of homophobic and sexist. I'm like not 100% sure on what you're referring to, Little Tortilla Boy. I like am pretty out of the music scene because I'm too much of an asshole to listen to pop music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are music artists who do that, but at the same time, I wonder how much of that is, again, like the music industry and the inherent like misogyny of our society telling those artists to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
Like, again, some of them, I'm not gonna say none of them are actually like that. It's very possible, but celebrity is
It's a business.
It's a business. And if you're, you know, a popular artist and your record is like, hey, be sexier, sometimes you can say no, but unfortunately not always, and that's not necessarily like your fault.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. It's like, I remember way back when all these like wackos got on fucking Miley Cyrus's case when she like did like that sexy ass football thing or whatever. Like it was 100% up to her to get to do that and not like a fucking designed by committee move.
Yeah.
It's like Miley Cyrus it's like, first of all, like everyone was like, Miley Cyrus is morally bankrupt. And I'm like, nah, dude, she just like did a sexy dance in like skimpy outfit. It doesn't have anything to do with her morality. And then like secondly, it's like fucking people told her to do that.
Yeah.
The people who like make her decisions as like help design like her performances, like you're gonna be sexy in this one and fucking twerk a bunch. And it's, I don't know, a lot of like art you see that's like made by like one of the 5 companies that owns all of the entertainment industry is not like, does not involve a lot of like individual artistry.
Yeah. Where was that potted plant where Luigi was?
It's like all like a committee that like is kind of running the numbers. Like, like a lot of scripts get punched up, and like those punch ups are like, you know, by comedians, and there's sort of like an artistry to that, but ultimately everything has to get submitted through this very homogenizing process.
Yeah, I remember seeing a thing about like people being like, you know, we were told Britney Spears when she shaved her head and stuff was just batshit, but as you grow older, it becomes more understandable that she just kind of got fed up with everything. And like when she shaved her head, she was like, I did it because I was tired of other people telling me what to do with my hair.
Yeah.
Now they can't. And like the media presented that as her going crazy and losing it. But really, it's kind of understandable.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. Yeah, Greta, no, it's totally, like, Miley Cyrus got, like, flack for no reason. Miley Cyrus got flack for a decision that she probably didn't make. And that, frankly, people were, like, completely jazzed that they got to talk about it.
Oh, there it is. It's over there. Over there? Ah, it's cold.
Right back in the drink, huh?
I'm trying to pick up this thing, but it doesn't seem like I can right now.
Yeah, you should
when
probably
it's in
go
the
back
water.
to where you found it last time. But yeah, like, I don't know, after, like, Miley Cyrus is, like, the last pop relevant thing I think I've ever paid attention to. Like, again, I'm not trying to, like, be cooler than everyone else, even though I am cooler than everyone else. But, like, I have kind of dropped off of the whole, like, pop music scene. I, like, don't know what's going on anymore, and I'm sorry, and I'm not relevant anymore, but I just don't care.
Yeah, honestly, I was never super into that scene. It was usually just, you know, other people would tell me, like, hey, did you hear about the thing? And I'd be like, no. And that's how I would hear about it. How do I get up there?
Yeah, I mean, that's just celebrity gossip, my man. As soon as a big thing happens, everyone's gonna damn talk about it. There's no escaping it, right?
Yeah.
Like, last thing I do remember happening was that nobody would shut the fuck up about like Kanye when he wanted to hang out with Donald Trump. It's like, who cares?
Oh, that's how I get up there. Okay.
Dude, I mean, like, have you paid any attention to like Kanye's career? This is like his thing. His thing is to like get people to talk about him, right? Like 10 years ago, he was on TV making everybody talk about him by saying George Bush doesn't care about black people. Like, the man doesn't have like a concrete political agenda outside of like starting shit up. So of course he's gonna like compliment the least popular president in American history. That money makes itself.
Whee! Uh-oh. I like this remix.
Like, what does dragon energy even mean?
Oh no.
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh,
Oh, Chelsea. Oh, no,
Rip.
Chelsea.
Oh, it just disappears?
Yeah, it's like mega creepy the way like people stalk and talk about celebrities' lives.
Yeah.
Like some people even like their job is to edit shows about celebrities' lives, and like I don't get those people. The joke is that that's Chelsea's job.
I don't edit their lives.
You're like...
Yet.
Right. Sorry, Chelsea assists the people who edits their lives.
I just, Kim Kardashian showing her nipples. I gotta cover that shit up so we don't get in trouble.
Gotta blur those nips. All right, we hit the 2-hour mark. How much longer you want to go, my man?
I don't know. Do you guys have? I know some of you just got here, so that's kind of too bad. But
I
if you
swear
guys
we
have
should
any...
just start the stream an hour early.
Yeah.
And not stream, and then come in and start streaming, and like people will be here.
Yeah. Probably solid plan. You guys have any last topics?
The Mikado, Lord have mercy. You poor soul. Start the stream over. Yeah, all right. Chelsea, you know what the Mikado is?
No.
Do you know who Gilbert and Sullivan are?
Are they composers?
Yeah, they wrote a bunch of light operas in England back at the turn of the century. The Mikado is just like a wildly racist opera about like Japan. As an opera written in England in the turn of the century might be.
No. I'm so close.
I'm gonna be perfectly... Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt, Gilbert and Sullivan are hilarious, and I love... Yeah, I know you did it in UOP. That doesn't make the Mikado not racist. We did Magic Flute in 2012, and Magic Flute is racist and sexist. I mean, look. These operas are written by a bunch of old-ass dead white dudes. they aren't gonna be like woke as fuck. I mean, like, fucking Mozart wrote an opera called Così fan tutti, which is like basically translate to, and that's what women are like. And spoiler alert, the way women are like is not, you know, reasonable and level-headed, according to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. But yeah, I mean, the thing that makes the Mikado stand out though is that while like other operas might have like passingly racist and sexist things happen, I mean the Mikado takes place in Japan, and so like the whole focus of it is like Japanese people, am I right? Which, as you can imagine, is just very, you know, culturally sensitive.
Yeah.
It doesn't even talk about anime, which is bullshit. And I'm like not trying to say that like, you know, Professor Hafner's a racist or anything. Far from it. I feel like, you know, he's not racist. As a matter of fact, go as far to say is that Professor Hafner is not racist. That being said, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I think people will just accept if something is considered a classic. And I think the Mikado falls into that. It's like Mikado's considered a classic, even though it's a wildly racist take on Japanese history. Whoa, that dog just lives here now?
Yep.
Oh my god. I want to live there. You know, Magic Flute and Così fan tutti are like basically about how women suck and men are the best.
Do you even have a cozy outfit for cold?
What are you doing? Where is your cozy outfit? You don't have one. Go get one.
I gotta look dapper.
Oh. You do look dapper.
I do look dapper.
You look very dapper.
Dapper as fuck.
Yeah, Magic Flute, very sexist, but like people, you know, they'll give it a pass because it's Mozart, who is a quote-unquote genius, and it's a classic. And like, I get wanting to listen to and hear the Magic Flute. It's a really good opera. The music's great. But like, it's also a mistake not to acknowledge that it's totally fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when people say about like old people who are racist, like, oh, it's just their generation. It's like, it doesn't excuse them to treat other people badly.
Yeah.
Just because they were raised in a time where it was considered okay to do that, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, they should not do that now. Now it's not okay, so they shouldn't. People are gonna be, when I'm old, people are gonna be like, oh, he plays Mario. Oh, just, oh, grandpa. Playing Mario. Yeah, dude, I mean, completely. It's like, you know, you're allowed to still love your grandparents. I don't think anybody's trying to make the argument that you can't love your grandparents. But just because your grandparents are from the 50s and were around when more people were more racist, it doesn't make them not racist magically.
Yeah. Where's this shop?
Oh, Christ almighty. Yeah, that sucks.
Is it
Yeah,
below?
dude.
Maybe it's down this hole.
Oh, it's totally down that hole, my man. 100%. I guarantee it.
Found it. Aha.
There you go. There's your cozy clothes. Who the fuck's Mel Brooks? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, you know, same deal, right? Like, Mel Brooks made, like, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles. And that's the two ones that I remember right now. And it's like, I think that it's okay to like those. I'm not gonna, like, come over and shit in your soup if you like Mel Brooks movies, but like there's a difference between like liking something and refusing to acknowledge that something has problems.
Yeah.
Like if you want to watch Mel Brooks and enjoy it, that's cool, but if you like, then you're like, yo, Mel Brooks is not sexist, I don't care what you say, it's a classic, then I'm like, come on, dude. Be realistic here. Oh yeah, he did the producers too. Men in Tights. I've never seen Men in Tights. I've seen the producers though.
I saw Men in Tights. It was pretty funny.
Oh hey, it's Princess Peach. Oh, this is... What happened to your overalls? What is this?
She's wearing it. She wears a different outfit in each kingdom.
She looks like she's wearing... This looks Russian. She's Russian in this outfit.
I thought she looked like she was at a funeral.
Also, yeah, a Russian funeral.
If you go to the beach kingdom, she's wearing like a really cute, like sunny dress outfit. It's pretty cute.
Oh my god. Oh, Manhattan in winter. I don't know what that is. Is that a joke? I've never been to New York either. My life is empty. And with any luck, will be over soon.
Uh-oh. Ow.
I don't know, man. I feel like I've gotten pretty deep in the whole discussion. I think that ultimately, like, no matter what we talk about, it's really going to come down to that same idea of
Yeah.
it's okay to like a thing that's problematic, but you should at least acknowledge that it is problematic. Singing in the Rain's problematic. Well, whatever. It's cute.
You guys, have any last thoughts? Yes, Sidui, you're problematic.
Sidui is problematic simply by the fact that he's a white man.
I can't believe you.
Inherently problematic. Listen, if you're white and you're a man, you're problematic automatically, so...
Just don't be a white man.
Get used to it.
Ow.
Yeah, that is true. Like, that last thing was a joke, but Greta, you are problematic for maining Splat Roller. Basically, you're everything that's wrong with Splatoon.
Can't believe you, Greta.
Well, no, that's not fair. I mean, you could be maining Custom Blaster. I'm pretty sure the Anti-Defamation League classifies the Custom Blaster as a hate symbol.
or not the Anti-Defamation League, the Southern Law Poverty Center. If I remember correctly, Anti-Defamation League is specifically for like anti-Semitism. I don't know. Maybe it's the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, that thinks Custom Blaster is a hate symbol. Whatever. This joke isn't funny anymore. Now it's just complicated.
Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us.
If you,
If you liked it,
yeah,
press
come back.
Press that like button.
If you're watching on YouTube, give us a subscribe.
Gently tap the
And come
subscribe
back
button.
in 2 weeks and we'll be talking about other stuff. Oop. Oh, I didn't know they went in their shells. That's cute. And we'll see you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.